With an injured right knee, magnificent Game 5 for the backcourt of Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant. Suns go to the front line of Amari Stoudemire, Grant Hill, Robin Lopez, at the guard, Jason Richardson, and Steve Nash, who comes off his best game of the series. And there's Amari Stoudemire, and the Suns, Doug, are hoping for a Game 3 type performance from Amari.
Well, he was aggressive early, Marv. Remember that game he attacked early, got to the foul line. I think he shot 7 free throws in the first quarter. He can't have a 19-4 night with no assists and 4 turnovers. He's going to have to play a brilliant game tonight to match up against Gasol, Odom, and Bynum on that front line.
The officiating crew, Scott Foster, Bill Kennedy, Greg Willard, the alternate Bill Stewart, and the Lakers control the opening tip. Artest gets it down low to Bynum. Backs his way.
What you're going to see from the Suns is they play early man-to-man. They did that the other night about the first 7 minutes. Actually did a pretty good job of it. Then you see a lot of zone. So we'll see how quickly Alvin Gentry goes back into that zone.
Robin Lopez very quiet the last couple of games after having a couple of outstanding performances coming back from the back injury. Nash with a rainbow. Whoa!
That's those shades of Game 5 when the Lakers did all the switching with their big man. That time it was Bynum, and I mean, what a shot by Steve Nash.
Phoenix during the regular season 32-9 here at home, and since the All-Star break, including playoffs, they have won 20 of their last 23 games here at home. Gasol is way off, and it's handled by Stoudemire. Hill fighting, Stoudemire wide open, takes to the rim. And Alvin Gentry wants to see Amari attacking the rim at the start.
And actually, he had a 15-footer that time that he'd taken, so you can see what his frame of mind is.
Bryant.
Well, Kobe Bryant, the last 2 first quarters, has only attempted 3 shots. 1 of 3. He's done most of his heavy lifting in the second and third quarters. Let's see what he does here early.
And Kobe playing a lot of minutes throughout this series, averaging about 43 minutes a game. As compared to the regular season, that's a defensive 3-second violation.
Well, Kobe Bryant pulling up over the top of Grant Hill, and Alvin Gentry has said all series long, do not be discouraged when Kobe Bryant makes jump shots. Keep him off the free throw line, keep him out of the paint, and they have done a good job of that since they've gone to their zone.
Steve Nash, the NBA's best free throw shooter, able to knock down that technical.
Well, Marv, that's what I was talking about. Look at his first quarter, the last 2 games. Look at the middle quarters, 52 points where all the shot attempts came. And then in the fourth quarter has been relatively quiet as well, as Artest with the steal.
He saw that coming. Artest with the stuff. And he thought he was fouled. Suns try to take advantage with a 5-on-4. Hill, good. Knocks down a 3.
I think they're going to call a foul on Bynum after the shot as well. So going to get the 3-point play, the shot, excuse me, and a chance for the 4-point play.
And the Suns were able to benefit from a 4-point play the other night. It was Jared Dudley who hit a 3 and then was hacked.
And that was in that stretch, Marv, when they were down 18. You talked about a little over 3-something to go in that third quarter. They hit a 3-pointer and a 4-point play, 16-4 run to end that quarter to cut it to 6, and then the frantic finish.
Grant Hill, who shot the ball well from 3-point range during the regular season, has not in the playoffs prior to that 3-point shot. Just 2 for 14 from downtown. Bynum off the double. It counts, and the foul.
Well, Andrew Bynum, much more active tonight. He and Robin Lopez both played very poorly the other night in Game 5. Bynum was 0 of 5 in that game. Did have 5 offensive rebounds, but only 2 points. So he's gone to work here early tonight. Much more aggressive. He has 2 field goals, going to go to the line. So after only 2 points here tonight, he already has 4 points here to start this game. And this is not a good sign, not cleaning up the boards for the Phoenix Suns.
Gasol around Stoudemire, and he's fouled. Nice move. Lopez came over to help. And Pau Gasol, who started out this series on fire and has dropped off the last couple of games will go to the line.
That zone has really taken a lot of his game away, Marv Gasol, especially in that fourth quarter when they really went to him in the first two games and he really delivered. Channing Frye is going to get an early entrance here tonight, coming off a very good game the other night. We had 14 points in the second half, more importantly, 10 rebounds.
Robin Lopez called for his second foul, so Frye checks in. Channing able to get that shot going after missing his first 17 attempts the first three games. Then game 4, hit 4 of 8, all from downtown, 14.6 rebounds, and also did a nice job in game 5. And as you mentioned, also has been rebounding the ball the last couple of games.
Well, that's critical against this Laker team, Marv. They gave up 19 offensive rebounds the other night, and this is a big shot for Frye. Some mix up there, nobody got to him. He comes into the game, the Lakers don't communicate. He walks right into an early three-point shot.
Suns with a 1-point lead. Artest for 3. And the Lakers up 12-10.
And you can see with Channing Frye coming into the game, Alvin Gentry goes right into the zone defense, and the guy who's going to get shots is Ron Artest. And you see when Odom comes in, he will have those shots. They want to make sure they know where Kobe and Fisher are at all times in that zone.
Nash directing traffic. Cleared Frye to the corner. Stoudemire sets the high pick. Shot clock down to 7. Good job by Bryant, and then Hill spins away. What a move by Grant Hill.
I think Kobe Bryant thought one of his big guys was going to come over on that baseline because Kobe sort of shadowed him in that direction. Late help on the defense. Nice play by Grant Hill.
Gasol with the pass down low, and again it's Artest. Fast start for Artest. He's hit his first 3 shots. He has 7 points. Richardson draws the foul. It's on Fisher.
Marv, this is what I was talking about a while ago. Both big guys go to Amari. Nobody's communicating. Frye had just come in off that free throw, and nobody gets to him. You do not want a guy like Channing Frye getting that kind of look to start the game. You'd like them to miss a few if you're a Laker or a Laker fan, and hear these crowds start getting a little nervous. They know tonight they lose, the season's over.
Jason Richardson, game 5, 12 points, including that 3-point shot off glass to tie the game. Gary Vitti, the Lakers athletic trainer, checking out a cut suffered by Kobe Bryant. Nice spin move by Hill, and you see Kobe trying to take care of business by himself.
Remember that the other night in game 5, Kobe picked up 2 quick fouls and set in that quarter some minutes, and then Phil Jackson came right back with him at the 5:18 mark. But the Suns, Marv, the other night on the road got off to a great start, but then Derek Fisher went to work, had the big first quarter. He had 11, and then Kobe had 13 in the second quarter. So those two guys were brilliant the other night. They combined for 52 points, 13 rebounds, 13 assists, and only 3 turnovers. Expect those guys under pressure tonight to be the cool customers for the Lakers.
The downside the other night for Jason Richardson was not blocking out Ron Artest on that last-second attempt by Bryant, allowing Artest to get to it. But all his teammates very encouraging to Richardson. This is a very close Phoenix Suns team.
Yeah, and Jason Richardson knew he made a mistake. You know, he talked about it to Craig Sager yesterday. He said, nobody's harder on me than me. But those are the attention to detail plays, Mark, that you have to make in a game like that. You've got the momentum. You get that thing into overtime. You don't know what happens.
So already here in the early moments, we've had 4 ties, 4 lead changes. Even at 14, Bryant pops one home and a foul. He saw that the foul was about to take place. He was able to get it off. He's still checking that finger. And Kobe heads to the line.
What a shot by Kobe Bryant as Grant Hill was coming over. Kobe slid sideways and got bumped. And already Kobe Bryant has more field goals than he did in both first quarters of the last 2 games. Lakers off to a very good start here offensively tonight, Marv, shooting the ball well, and it's like Kobe's trying to get that blood off his finger so they don't have to take him out of the game.
But the question is, can he take the free throw? Well, apparently he was able to rub the blood on his shorts. He might have to leave.
Yeah, he's going to come out right now, and if he has blood on his shorts, he'll have to change his shorts or whatever.
He's replaced by Shannon Brown, and now Gary Vitti will go to work.
Shannon Brown has not played well since the first 2 games in LA. He and Jordan Farmar were playing together. That mix has not worked well, and then the other night they brought in Sasha Vujacic to play with Farmer, and that worked very well for the Lakers.
Richardson for 3. Yes. He has the great touch from the angle right on the left wing, and he's tied the game at 17.
Now he comes right into the game, Shannon Brown, and lets Richardson walk right into a 3, a lot like Channing Frye did on a substitution.
Suns have opened up, hitting their first 3 three-point attempts. They led the league in three-point shooting. Shot clock down to 5. Artest out deep. Artest fires, comes up short. Hill off to the good start, had the mismatch with Fisher. Hill posting. Hill. Oh, Richardson thought he was pushed by Brown. In fact, landed in the first row.
This is not a good shooting Laker team that's on the floor right now. Fisher takes up a little space and knocks in the 2, but with Artest and Shannon Brown on the floor right now, the Suns could really concentrate on trying to keep them out behind that three-point line.
And as you mentioned, Fisher did have that huge game 5, saved the Lakers in the first quarter, had that burst at the end of the game. Strong move by Richardson going right at Artest.
Well, he's that X factor. When he plays well and puts up big numbers, they usually do not lose. And Phil Jackson knows that. He is not happy that Jason Richardson's gotten off to a good start tonight. He has 7, has not missed a shot. Perfect from the field, perfect from the line. Shannon Brown comes in. Jason Richardson with a wide open 3. And then he drives the ball to the basket. The nice finish with the left hand. And the Suns off to a nice start here offensively.
We're just going to play. We're not going to get caught up in anything that happens. Officials, anything else, you know, what they're trying to do to us. We're just going to play. We're going to be focused on what we have to get done out on the court.
The challenges, the group, you got to take some charges, you got to take a stand in there. You know, you can get your hands in there and turn over to you start the game. All right? Control your boards, loose balls, all those kind of things, you know, are an issue for us tonight.
There's nothing else that needs to be said, guys. We know what needs to be done.
Point, 12 or 13 rebound, be a factor on both ends of the floor and help lead his team to a game 7.
Game 3 exploded for 42 points, 11 rebounds, 18 trips to the line. He had 14 of 18. First time in the series that the Suns have shot the ball well early. Kobe Bryant back on the floor. Lamar Odom has checked in. Here is Kobe. That's a 3 for Bryant.
Guess that finger's okay. Gary Vitti doing the magic, getting that blood stopped, and boy, both teams coming out firing here tonight. Marv, 82% for the Lakers, 76% for the Suns.
Stoudemire putting a move on Odom, kicks it out. Richardson. That was a 3-point attempt, kicked alive by Hill. Here's Nash passing on a 3, and then is able to get back behind the line and knocks it down.
That's what offensive rebounds will do, Marv. I feel like you get the best 3-point shots off of offensive rebounds because guys aren't matched up.
Halfway through this first quarter, the game tied at 22. Bryant again for 3, and that is way off. Well, Kobe hears it from this crowd.
I don't think that's going to bother Kobe, do you?
In fact, I believe we'll see some motivation out of that.
Yes.
Odom comes over to help on the double. Here's Richardson. Draws the foul. A strong move by Jason Richardson. A lot of people forget this is a guy who won the slam dunk contest twice. And in his earlier days in the NBA, that was a major part of his game.
You can see it's interesting, Marv, what's happening here. They're going to Amari Stoudemire in that area he likes to attack. And the Lakers are flooding the area. And the Suns are finding the open man in the corner. It's Jason Richardson. They've done that twice now. So the Lakers are getting hurt on that play. Amari's not scoring, but he's finding the open man.
Richardson, a 74% free throw shooter. Incidentally, I'd like to report that Alvin Gentry, the head coach of the Suns, is feeling much better tonight after going through that upset stomach during Game 5 in LA, utilizing a small waste paper basket at the team bench to take care of business. Did remain on the bench in an IV treatment at halftime. Said it was a grilled artichoke. That's a foul as Fisher run into from three-point territory. Will head to the line. The foul on Hill. That is his second. Incidentally, we could not get the information on the restaurant out of Alvin Gentry. Would not reveal where it all took place.
Well, he told the media it was an artichoke. He told me before the game that you and I got him upset before the game.
Very possible.
Nauseated him a little bit. So we've been known to do that to coaches around the NBA.
Check out TNT Overtime live now on NBA.com to watch exclusive player follow cameras of Suns and Lakers. TNT Overtime only on NBA.com. Jared Dudley checking in.
We'll have to keep our eye on the matchups tonight. Phil Jackson likes Vujicic coming in against Dragic, but he said tonight he might use Vujicic against Dudley because he feels like Vujicic gives him another shooter on the floor. So as this game goes on, you start finding out coaches and what they feel like they can do. Vujicic got himself back into the good graces of Phil Jackson the night when he came in. He actually was one of the few guys that played well off the bench. He
was in the Phil doghouse earlier in the season, then played better till the end of the year. We talked about the rivalry between Goran Dragic and Sasha Vujicic. So Derek Fisher knocks down all three, and the Lakers now lead at 25-23. Stoudemire putting a move on Gasol, way off.
Nice job by that time. Gasol gets on his right hand and really forced a very difficult shot.
Artest on the fadeaway. How about Ron Artest? What a start. 4 of 5, 9 points. How about Ron Artest yesterday, late for practice as Nash was able to hit on the scoop. After he came up with that game winner, he showed up 45 minutes late, and that was an automatic fine.
Now, Phil said he got so excited that he misread the board on the time. I don't know if I believe that or not, but Artest is firing tonight.
Phil being very kind.
Yes, I think so. Funny what a game winner will do to a coach's soul, isn't it?
Dudley on a step back for three. Good hustle by Richardson and fouled by Fisher. For Derek, his second, and for more on Ron Artest, here's Craig Sager.
Well, Marv, I talked to Ron, and he said, well, here's what happened. I was so geeked up after the game, all I saw on the board, it said airport, 3 o'clock. He said, I didn't look below where it said something about practice. So he actually didn't even go to practice. They had to call him and say, hey, come on over here. We are practicing today.
Now, as the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, I know you would buy that immediately.
And, you win a game for me like that, I'll look the other way, Marv. It's just sort of what you do,
Coming up on 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Fry, yes. That's a two-pointer for Channing Frye, and a nice move to his left to go to the pull-up.
Yeah, instead of that pump fake and shooting a contested three, took a nice dribble, and Phil Jackson's going to talk about it. But a very good start here tonight for both teams on the offensive end. 4 of 6 from the Suns from three, 2 of 4 for the Lakers. And a very important sign for Channing Frye because he and Jared Dudley both are big parts of this team. See, Odom runs out at him. That's a very difficult shot. The one bounce left in the pull-up. There it is, Marv. That's a quick release. And again, there's no hesitation. I thought the other night when he had to take a quick shot at the end of the clock, it went in. It helped him because it freed him up. He stopped hesitating. And you can see what they did in the second half, the bench. He and Dudley had 22 of those 29, and they were in that big part of that third quarter when they made the run to cut it from 18 to 6.
Phoenix bench so instrumental in the victory here in game number 4. It played so well that Alvin Gentry had them on the floor the first 9 minutes of the fourth quarter.
And, you know, this team, you know, a lot of teams, Marv, would, you talked about the closeness, but a lot of times stars sit out on some teams and the bench is going well and they're looking at the coach and going, when I'm going back in. Actually, a couple guys from the Phoenix Suns were about ready to check in. Guys hit shots and they looked over at Alvin like, do you want me to go in or do you want me to come back to the bench? And he said, come back to the bench. So, and they got a great feel for each other.
Channing Frye heating up, and Robin Lopez was sent to the scorer's table. He looked over at coaching staff, said, no, I'm coming back. You do not see that very often.
Not at all.
Good job by Stoudemire. And a travel on Bryant. Stoudemire with the block, and then Bryant called for steps. Farmar has checked in. Gasol jumping out at Nash. We saw a lot of that in the fourth quarter the other night, and Nash was able to hit those rainbow shots over Pau Gasol. Nash with the spin, lost it. Shot clock running down. Stoudemire is on it, and he got bailed out. He was fouled by Farmar.
And he got bailed out because Farmar went down on the floor, and Amari reached for that loose ball. We saw that in a game against Orlando with Jason Williams and Rondo. You got to go down and pick this ball up. And he's very fortunate that that ball did not knock loose and Farmar be able to get a layup on the other end. These are those 50-50 balls, and in a game like this, you have to come up with all those plays.
Lakers over the limit. Stoudemire to the line. The danger there for Phoenix could have been a backcourt violation eventually because Stoudemire was on the floor, or a rush shot with the shot clock down at 4.
We talked about his free throw attempts. He had 18 free throw attempts in that game 3 when he was aggressive early the entire game. Look at his rebounding. And in this series, he's averaging under 7 rebounds a game. And tonight, he has got to have double-figure rebounds.
6 straight points by the Suns, and they've taken a 2-point lead. Farmar guarded by Dudley. Odom rejected. Stoudemire with the block. That's his second. Nash on the run. Finds Dudley. Blows the layup. Odom. Farmar gives it to Artest and hits the 3. What Artest saying the other day, you know, they're just respecting me. They give me these open shots, and it's going to come back and haunt them. And then Phil Jackson, his coach, said, you know, we used to do the same to you. It's right. Understandable. They don't trust you can hit those shots.
Last year when he played for the Houston Rockets, that's the way we played you, he said.
Nash for 3. Back comes Farmar. And Gasol was fouled. Quite a bit of contact. First it was Nash and Gasol, and then Gasol was hit down from behind. Foul committed by Nash. Timeout as we approach 2 minutes to play in this action-packed first quarter.
Swelling, but he wears a knee brace because last year he tore the medial collateral ligament of the same knee. Now what happens is the brace causes compression. The latest injury creates swelling. As a result, we have a major conflict between the two, and Andrew Bynum says that he wants to delay surgery until after the playoffs, but there's a growing concern that that knee may not hold up. Mark?
Well explained by Dr. Sager, bringing props. You know, that 3rd grade show and tell experience has really helped him.
Can you imagine Sags when he was in grade school? I bet he couldn't sit in his chair. The poor teacher. I can't even imagine.
You know, he's doing it right over near the Laker bench explaining things, and they're looking at him like he's nuts.
Let me ask you a question. You think Phil Jackson, when he interviews him at the end of the first quarter, is going to ask Sags about the skeleton?
I don't know if Phil was concentrating on that. I saw that the players were. The Lakers up by 3. coming up on 2 minutes to play in this first quarter, and Stoudemire is fouled by Gasol. Larry Stoudemire will head to the line. Here's a programming reminder: a new season and a new reason to get more leverage. The Leverage 2-hour season premiere event Sunday, June 20th at 9, 8 Central, only on TNT.
Amari Stoudemire being more aggressive. That time he went away from where the Lakers were helping. You see Odom in that situation on the weak side. He's stepping up. He's going to help in the lane. And Pau Gasol let him get with his left hand. And when he did, there was no help. And Amari did the smart thing. He jumped in and got the foul. Amari's already shot 4 free throws here in this first period.
Gavin Brown, Jordan Falmar in the backcourt with Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and Lamar Odom. Up for, oh, what a play. Stoudemire one-handed that interception.
He's had a block, a steal, so he's doing a good job on the defensive end. Kobe very upset. That was a very careless play by Kobe Bryant.
Suns offense stopping. Down to 4 seconds. Nash. Fry. It's too late. It's a 24-second violation.
Well, we always talk about, Mark, we talk about this whole series, when they get against that shot clock, especially the last 12 seconds, good things don't happen. Farmar has not done as good a job on Nash as Fisher. But early in this game, he's stepped out and done a good job here.
Farmar for 3.
I'd say if he starts making shots along with Ron Artest, it's going to be a long night for the Suns, because you know Gasol and Bryant are eventually going to get their points.
Lakers 4 of 6 from three-point territory. Stoudemire. Now the question is, it is a blocking foul. The ball went in. It was Stoudemire's hand that hit the ball in the netting. It looked like it was going to drop. And the basket does count.
How about this little handoff that they run? I mean, they do this 2 or 3 times a game. Nice job by Amari Stoudemire. He did get his hand up underneath the net. It's his first field goal of the night. More importantly, that's another foul on Pau Gasol. So is that Pau Gasol's second foul of the game? So now you come in with Andrew Bynum. We've already talked to Craig Sager about that knee. We'll keep our eye on him tonight to see how he's moving after he has gone to the bench for a few minutes.
So both teams are over the foul limit. Gordon Dragic has just checked in, coming on for Steve Nash. And there is a question about the lineup on the left side of the lane. Channing Frye feeling he's being squeezed in. Should there be a rebound?
He was upset because Kobe Bryant kept putting his hand on him. He kept trying to knock it away, and it disconcerted the free throw shooter. They're going to call a lane violation here on the Lakers. So these are mental mistakes, Marv, that can cost you in a very close game. You know, the other night was a 2-point game. Steve Nash missed a couple free throws. You see Odom steps in too soon, and in a game like this, every point is so important.
Bill Kennedy was right on the scene to make the call to the right of Odom, and it does cost a point.
Well, Amari Stoudemire, Marv, early in the playoffs was shooting 80+% from the free throw line. In this series, has been shooting 68% from the line. He's left a lot of points at that free throw line with misses.
Bryant trying to draw the foul. 3-point Laker lead. Both clubs shooting well in this high-scoring first quarter. Here's Stoudemire slipping around. Bynum. Last touched by Stoudemire.
Now, you might say, why is Bynum guarding Amari Stoudemire and not Odom? Because Phil likes him on him because he feels like that Odom is a better help defender. Bynum with that lateral movement can't get over and get the help, so he'd rather have him on Amari to start.
Bynum trying to back his way on Fry. Suns can hold for a final shot of the, well, Fry wasting no time, pops it up at the opening, kept alive by Dragic, and he lost it. Final seconds of the quarter. Bryant looking to draw the foul, could not. Played well by Fry, and Fry is saying my fault. Alvin Gentry taking a look, wondering why he took that shot at that point.
Well, you know, there's a fine line there with Channing Frye. You don't want to discourage him, but at the same thing, it's a little bit like Ron Artest the other night. You want to use the clock in that situation. Very fortunate that they did not get a play here by Kobe Bryant in the score.
Both clubs shooting well in the first. Lakers 13 of 21, Suns 10 of 19.
Kobe Bryant's all over the place, already in double-digit scoring. He's had a lane violation, a cut finger, a couple of turnovers. How do you like his activity?
He's been indecisive a couple times, but you know he's got that aggressive look at him.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Craig, in that ragged first quarter, according to Phil Jackson, the Lakers had their highest scoring quarter in this year's playoffs with 37 points. They're high for a first quarter. And Kobe Bryant off to the good start with 10 points. First quarters of the last two games had a total of 2 points. Suns going with their bench as the second quarter gets underway and the shot clock is running down. Out of 2. Barbosa, can he get it off? He does. Rebounded by Bynum.
Very good rotation that time by the Lakers. It's a very good three-point shooting group the Suns have on the floor. Lakers very aware of that, running at those three-point shooters, making very difficult long two-point shots.
Sasha Vujacic, who just checked in, able to connect with a three-pointer. He played very well the other night in LA. Here is Dudley. Dudley with a three to match Vujacic.
That's what I was talking about, the three-point shooting. This second unit, energy, hustle, three-point shooting is their identity.
And that's exactly what they did. Game 4 here in Phoenix to tie the series. Odom. Amundsen came up with it, but Bynum, he missed the chippy, and it's rebounded by Fry. Foul is called, a loose ball foul on Odom.
You can see there, Bynum normally, if he's healthy, catches that ball and dunks it. And you could see he was such in a hurry, he really never got his hands on the ball cleanly. Sort of just squirted it up there at the basket. But got to keep our eye on this Vujacic-Dragic matchup now. This is the first time they've been against each other in this game. Remember the other night, Vujacic really got him out of sync.
Here is Amundsen. Oh, he banked it home. Louis Amundsen. Crowd loves his activity. Game 5 did not make his usual impact, but Game 4 he was terrific. 7 points, 7 rebounds. Farmar on the hop to Odom. Nicely done.
You're seeing more dribble penetration. You saw that the other night in the game. I thought that the Lakers did a much better job driving into gaps of that zone rather than just passing the ball around the perimeter.
Dragic not able to hit. Handled by Farmar. Farmar and Vujacic in the backcourt. Artest with Odom and Bynum up front. Vujacic. Here comes Dragic. Dragic all the way. Run at Artest. Goran Dragic brings the Suns within 1.
I think you saw some strength from Dragic that too. When you run into Ron Artest like that and you put him on his heels, you gotta have a little strength.
Artest bottled up by Fry, and then Dudley knocked it aside. Last touch by Artest. So again, a good defensive effort by the Suns.
I think that's an important play for Dragic the other night. After that game, he missed his first 3 tonight. He's 1 of 11 now from the three-point line. It's nice to drive in there and get an easy one.
Barbosa. Try to bank it. It's snatched by Odom. Knocked away by Amundsen. Farmar trying to settle things down. Just didn't get it across that midcourt line, avoiding the 8-second count. Farmar. Pass nearly picked off. Bynum called for the travel.
Just out of sync. You can just see not that smooth. Andrew Bynum normally catches that ball, has very good hands, finishes it. So he probably hasn't practiced, and I don't know how long with that knee. They're trying to milk him through this situation. Every time he practices and plays, he gets swelling. And so it's been a tough stretch for this young guy.
Lakers up by 1. Game 6 of the Western Conference Final. We'll be right back.
too many points, and I think Alvin Gentry's got a little bit happier, though, in this second quarter. They've got some defensive stops around the basket, forced a couple turnovers.
Doug, with Alvin Gentry going with his bench, he was telling us the other day, talking about his bench when he was your assistant with the Pistons in Detroit, and he said he loved when you use the word synergy, which he now uses to refer to the play of his benches. Amundsen is fouled by Bynum, and his players have been hearing the word synergy for the first time.
Well, you know, it's that word that means obviously the sum of the parts is greater when they are together than they are individually, and really that's what this team is, this second unit. They count on each other. You know, by themselves, they're not, great players, but you put them together and they all bring something unique. And Alvin has found a nice blend with that bench this year, and he's been given a lot of credit for developing that bench and then using them in the playoffs. A lot of coaches go away from their bench in the playoffs. Mark, they stop trusting them.
Steve Kerr told me that he now uses that word on a regular basis in Scrabble. All because of you. Amundsen missing on both. So the Lakers with a 42-41 lead. 3.5 gone by here in the second. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager were in Phoenix. Vujacic tried it across court. Saw the deflection and the mix-up between Odom and Famar. So the ball back to the Suns.
See, they're very aggressive. This second unit is very aggressive in that zone. They're very active with their hands. They get a lot of deflections, and see Vujacic up the floor trying to irritate Dragic.
Both guys from Slovenia, but there are not good feelings between the two. Dragic able to hit over Vujacic.
And he's very happy about that, I guarantee you, Dragic. He does not want to hear any more about Vujacic and what he did to him the other night in the game.
9-2 run by the Suns. Vujacic able to elude Dragic to knock it down.
Remember now, Marv, a couple years ago, he was the closer in the finals. Kobe Bryant went to the small forward. He'd play two-guard, and he'd come in and play the key minutes in the fourth quarter.
Here's Barbosa with a strong move. Amundsen able to save it. But stepped out of bounds, so the Lakers get it back.
And so what will happen is if Vujacic continues to make shots like he is tonight, he's hit a three, and he's pulled up and hit a long two, then Phil might use him in place of Artest if he needs him late in the game for some shooting.
The self-proclaimed machine looking to recapture the touch of a couple of years ago. Bynum rejected by Amundsen, but a foul.
You see what they're doing with Bynum. They are getting on his one shoulder and forcing him to go baseline, and Dudley is rotating over. Watch what happens now. They flood the shoulder, send him baseline, and there is Dudley. And Dudley got knocked off balance on that play. Amundsen comes over and gets a nice block on the shot. They must have called that on Channing Frye.
You know, Frye, one of the few NBA players who still will raise his hand. And you tend not to believe a guy when he raises his hand. But it was on Frye. And Channing will depart. Robin Lopez back in. He picked up 2 fouls early.
They need some good play from Robin Lopez. He was very much a factor, Marvin, that third game when Amari had the big game as well as Lopez. He came in that night and had 8 of 10 from the floor. He had 20 points. 12 of those in the paint. So he and Amari that night combined for 62 points.
And in game 1, when he made the return from the injury, 6 of 7 for 14 points. But as you mentioned, the last 2 games very quiet. Lakers up by 3. Lakers trying to wrap this series. Vujacic called for the reach-in, while the Suns trying to stay alive and advance to a game 7, which would take place at Staples in LA Monday night, and right here on TNT, 9 o'clock Eastern time, pregame at 8. Vujacic called for the foul, his first. Vujacic picked off by Lopez, able to recover. Stoudemire. Rebounded by Bynum.
Amari Stoudemire only 1 of 5 tonight. That one shot he hit was a difficult three-point play opportunity. He has not had another field goal.
Oh, Bynum from Odom. Bynum that time able to use the size and length. Dragic steps back to three. Rebounded by Farmar. Kobe wants the ball. It ends up in the hands of Farmar and knocks it down for another three.
Well, when the role players of the Lakers play well, they're going to be awfully tough to beat. You know, when Shannon Brown, when Farmar, Vujacic, these guys coming off the bench, because you know you're going to get great plays from Gasol and Kobe. That X factor is owed him, but all of a sudden now you got Farmar knocking down shots. He's come off the bench here, 2 of 2. He has 6. And the bench has answered the call of the Suns bench, and they lead by 8.
Saw out in LA, Diana Taurasi of the Phoenix Mercury, WNBA, and Senator John McCain and his wife, Cindy.
Now, Marv, you did President Obama the interview, and now all these politicians are sort of hanging around hoping that you're going to interview them. It's sort of amazing how word filters out.
Yes, it's quite a lineup.
Yes.
You think that's why?
I think so. That's my guess, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I feel.
Gasol with the block shot. Bryant wide open for 3. Back tap and handled by Hill, who just checked back in along with Nash. Both clubs making changes. Derek Fisher return. Fisher closing the baseline on Hill. Hill tries again and had it deflected away by Fisher. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Marv, I talked to Senator McCain. I asked him if he watched the interview, and he said yes, he did. And he really thoroughly enjoyed the questions. And he just hopes the guy you're interviewing has more time for basketball in a couple of years.
Oh, we knew Segs would be all over that.
But the important thing is he did enjoy the questions. Here's Stoudemire. No one ever said that about me, that they enjoy the questions.
I do. I always enjoy your questions, Marv. I hang on every word, and I try to respond.
Just under 5.5 remaining in this first half. Artest beyond the three-point line, and he has been on fire. 6 of 9. That's his third 3. He has 15 points. How's that for a follow-up to what took place the other night? Prior to that game-winning shot, he was only 1 of 8 from the field. This time Artest called on the foul.
Very, very important 5 minutes, I think, here, Marv, for the Phoenix Suns. Crowd starting to get a little edgy here, understanding how important this game is. But I talked about that dribble penetration. You're seeing more of that now. I thought early against the zone in the first few games, the Lakers passed the ball around the perimeter, ended up with a lot of jump shots. They're getting the jump shots, but they're doing more on penetration than they are just passes around the perimeter.
Pushing foul, charged to Bynum. And for Andrew Bynum, that's number 3.
Tough for him to be able to try to get out that far from the floor and try to hedge out on this screen. You see him, he's just a little late, and Nash is so good getting that shoulder around you and then baiting Bynum into that foul.
Doug, it also puts the Lakers over the limit. Phoenix with just 1 team foul. Nash 2 for 2 at the line. Here's Lamar Odom back, coming on for Andrew Bynum. We check out the upcoming national TV schedule. Well, if there is a Western Conference Finals Game 7, we'll have it for you right here on TNT from Staples in LA on Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time start. Pre-game show at 8, game time at 9. And Thursday, next Thursday, June 3rd on ABC, the start of the NBA Finals, the Boston Celtics waiting in the wings.
Congratulations to Doc Rivers, the team and his staff. What a wonderful job they did going through that East. You beat Miami, then you beat Cleveland and Orlando. Not an easy path. They did a wonderful job.
Here's Bryant trying to bank it. And who would have thought that Nate Robinson coming off the bench would be a major factor, although Doc kept saying it after the deal was made that he'll win a game for them. Bryant forcing. Artest not able to hit the follow. Rebounded by Fry. Artest took it away and scores. What a play by Ron Artest.
He is so strong and quick with his hands. You have to protect the ball at all times. That's a very bad play by Channing Frye to give that basket away when you're trying to catch up here playing from behind most the entire first half. You've got to be strong. I mean, Ron Artest is going to stay around the ball. He's going to slash. He's going to come from behind. He was a one-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's been an all-league defense on many occasions, and coming off his finest moment the other night, winning that game with that shot, he's picked up his pace here, 17 points.
Here's Hill for three. The Suns in the midst of a drought. Artest able to get to that loose ball.
The Lakers have done a great job over the last few years closing out the games in Game 6s on the road. They know the importance of this game. They do not want to get to a Game 7.
Gasol blocked by Hill. The Lakers in the midst of a 14-4 run. And an offensive foul on Richardson.
Well, Derek Fisher does as good a job as anybody in the league. He's so strong and powerful, and he puts that body in front of you. If you're not paying attention, running down the court, he's going to step in on you. He's going to get out early, create some contact, and I'll let you get to your sweet spot. Watch what happens here as Jason Richardson tries to step into the post. You get that arm away from your body, chances are they're going to call you for an offensive foul.
Lakers up by 9. Fisher getting it down low. Gasol, and it's put home. Lamar Odom on the follow. Meanwhile, Phoenix has hit only one of its last 6 shots. Fry for 3.
Well, the Phoenix Suns are going to have to do a better job defensively, Marv. There's a little area on the baseline called the short corner, and that's where the Lakers are going, and they're finding Lamar Odom down there, and he's a passer, and he's picking that zone apart right now.
Here's Fisher for 3. Rebounded by Stoudemire. Suns want to close this effectively. Richardson from downtown. Gasol rebounds.
That was not a good shot by Jason Richardson. You don't mind if that's open. That was a contested shot. Phil Jackson's going to take a timeout. He understands the importance. He has a 10-point lead and would like to build on it. Alvin Gentry, on the flip side of that, would like to get some defensive stops and cut into this lead.
2:16 left. First half with the season on the line for the Phoenix Suns.
More comfortable. They're driving better against the zone. They're finding the seams in the zone. 58 points. Marv, remember in the first 2 games of this series, 64 points and 65 points and 62 points at halftime. They're on that pace here again tonight.
Suns have used the zone for a good portion of this first half. And in those first 2 games, Lakers hit 58% from the field. And tonight at 51, Suns have dropped off, and Gasol able to hit with that driving hook for the 10-point Laker lead.
Now you look up the numbers. Gasol has 5 points. He has 1 basket, but Artest has 7. He has 17. So he's really taken up the slack when Gasol got in foul trouble.
Stoudemire had no angle. He was cut off by Gasol, and then Bryant called for the deflecting it out of Stoudemire's hand. Knocked it out of bounds.
Well, the adjustment by Phil Jackson is he's running a double team over to Amari Stoudemire. That time Kobe came in from behind and tried to get that steal.
Nash able to split his way through. Sets it up for Richardson. Yes, that's a 3 for Jason Richardson. Suns 7 of 15 from downtown. The Lakers, not noted for their three-point shooting, have hit 7 of 12 from beyond the three-point line. Odom, he had the opening. It counts on the foul. Uncontested until the last instant.
That's what happens. They now know where they can attack that zone. Now they've got Odom at the top, so they've had him on the baseline. They put him at the top. It felt like that Grant Hill moved over on that play, maybe he was there at the finish, but they felt like when Lamar Odom took off that Grant Hill had not had his position established.
For Hill, number 3. And Odom will go to the line as Grant Hill heads to the bench. Replaced by Jared Dudley. Phoenix Suns, as we touched on earlier, very successful team at home during the regular season, 32-9 since the All-Star break. They've won 20 of the last 23, 14 of the last 15, and that includes postseason play here at home. Shot clock to 5, and that has been trouble for the Suns here in the first half. That pass thrown away. It'll be Laker ball.
See, Marv, though, the strength of Derek Fisher, when Nash tries to drive, he bodies up, and he knocked him off balance. Jordan Farmar might have more foot speed than Fisher. He does not have the strength and does not play the angles as well as Fisher.
45 seconds left, first half. Fisher for 3. Rebounded by Fry. Artest back. Nash pulls it up. Way off. And the Phoenix Suns having their difficulties in this second quarter. Coming up, the T-Mobile halftime report. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Reggie from right here in Phoenix as they take a look back at this first half of Game 6. Sasha Vujacic checking back in, and he has been a key factor off the bench the last couple of games.
Well, Fisher has 2 fouls. Phil Jackson trying to prevent him from getting that third here, maybe guarding Steve Nash on the last possession.
Bryant digging. Pass knocked aside, recovered by Artest. Bryant from way downtown.
That's unguardable. I mean, he was 8 feet behind the three-point line. I mean, that was ridiculously long.
Final seconds of the half. Nash, Fry, Richardson for 3. Biggest lead of the game. The Lakers up by 12. Phoenix with 8 minutes remaining in this first half had a 43-42 lead. Since then, it's been 23-10 in favor of the Lakers.
Well, when the Lakers are going to be shooting over 50% like they are shooting the 3, then the Suns are not getting any defensive stops, Marv. They can't get out and run. The ball, don't even pass him the ball. He's going to Pau Gasol. Now, Ron Artest is standing right next to him, so I'm sure he hears him. But tonight, Ron Artest, here said he came to the gym early, told Craig Sager he's lighting it up from outside. He has 17 points. The scary thing for the Phoenix Suns is Pau Gasol has only 5. You know he's going to heat up.
Phil Jackson said the other night after the game he wasn't sure why he left Artest on the court after those 2 bad shots. Stoudemire comes up short. Both teams go with their starting lineups. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. We're in Phoenix. Bad pass from Gasol. Mix up with Fisher. Richardson for 3. Rebounded by Gasol.
Well, Gasol has not handled a lot of these double teams well, Marv. The zone has bothered him, and when he's been trapped, that ball, he's had some deflections. That time the Suns weren't able to counter and hit that 3.
Here's Bynum pounding it on Lopez and gets it back out. Shot clock to 3, 2. Gasol just got a piece of the rim. The Suns ended up shooting 47% in the first half. Lakers at 53% and hitting the 3-pointers, as Reggie Miller pointed out on the studio guys at halftime. Here is Hill with a duck under move. And the Suns not able to find the rim thus far in this third quarter. In fact, overall, 3 of their last 14.
Starting to feel a little angst in this building too, Marv. They understand what's at stake here in this second half.
Fisher with the shot clock down to 4.
Well, I talked to Derek Fisher at halftime. He said they were thrilled at 19-point second quarter defensively that they put on the Suns. And he said first 5 minutes was going to be so important.
2 minutes have gone by in the third. Down to 4 on the 24. Stoudemire. Lopez able to get to it. And he was fouled.
Feel the frustration in Amari Stoudemire, though he's not getting any clean looks. When he drives the ball into the lane, he's being trapped. They're running a defender at him, forcing him to try to pick the ball up and pass it. He's shooting jump shots. He's only 2 of 9 and only 2 rebounds. So they have done a nice job here tonight of keeping him out of the ball game.
Fisher on that foul. That's 3 on Derek Fisher. Lopez. And that shot was altered by Bynum. Right, try to put a move on Richardson. Good job by Stoudemire jumping out to pick it off.
See how much time, how hard Steve Nash is working here, trying to find a shot. That is a degree of difficulty shot. I mean, Phil Jackson can live with that. I mean, he dribbled around for about 16 seconds, Marv, and then shot a rainbow over the top of Andrew Bynum.
Three minutes gone by in the third quarter. 12-point Laker lead. Bynum playing that pass that was intended for Gasol, but Bryant surprised Gasol, and Bryant was fouled. Let's go to Craig.
Well, that was another example of those short corners Doug was talking about. I talked to Phil Jackson, the coaching staff, at halftime. They said that's been open the entire time, the last few games. They keep looking at film and tape, and they keep telling the players this is the area to attack. Finally, he said they were finding it, and they're using the high-low game to make it open. He said also the biggest surprise of that first half, Ron Artest. He said he's building on what he accomplished, that game-winning shot. He's in a rhythm. He's feeling good. He's being very decisive. He goes, when Ron starts thinking, that's when he gets in trouble.
Foul on Lopez, putting Bynum at the line, and for Robin Lopez, his third, so takes a seat.
And this is the time when the Phoenix Suns normally play that man-to-man. They come out to start the game, 6 or 7 minutes. Then when Lopez goes to the bench, Channing Frye comes in. They go to their zone because they just don't have the size.
Nash gets the roll, so he's hit 2 in a row. The Laker lead is down to 12. Stoudemire gambling. Bryant feeling for Richardson. Shot clock down to 6. Bryant off the turn.
Tell you what, he and Michael Jordan, the all-time greats at working against that shot clock.
Kobe now 6 of 12, 15 points. Frye, he's shown confidence in that shot.
I think the one thing Phil Jackson is happy, though, they're chasing him off the 3. That's a contested 2 off the dribble.
Frye has hit 4 of 5 overall. He has 10 points. Stoudemire comes over to help. Artest with the open 3. Deflected out. Last touch by the Lakers.
If they're going to force Ron Artest to shoot some jump shots, and they're going to have to defensive rebound the ball, that ball goes out of bounds. You allow the Lakers to get their defense back.
Nash, yes. He surprised Bynum. Bynum did not think that Nash would challenge him with the jump shot.
He's amazing, isn't he, Marv? I mean, those shots he takes, he makes them look so easy. Gets in the lane. I mean, Steve's at 6'2", shooting over the top of a 7'1" defender with long arms.
They try to trap Gasol. Bryant off the fake, draws the foul on Richardson.
You just have to be so disciplined. Kobe Bryant's footwork is so good. I mean, he's so fundamentally sound. And if you watch him, he gets his defender down. He gets his shoulders around Amari. The fading jump shot. See, that triangle offense, You use a lot of clock. Well, to do that sometimes when you get down 5 seconds or under, you better have a guy that can make something happen. And Phil Jackson has had Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, two of the all-time greats, to play against that short shot clock.
And it's been a record-breaking postseason for Kobe. And now the all-time leading scorer in the playoffs. He passed Jerry West, number 4, playoff history, passed Karl Malone the other night, and became the Lakers franchise leader, as you saw, passing Magic Johnson in terms of games played in the postseason. Hill deflected out, last touch by Fisher. Look at the stat sheet. How about only 2 rebounds for Amari Stoudemire? We're seeing the Amari Stoudemire of the first couple of games of the playoffs.
Well, they frustrated him. They've had Gasol on him. They've had Bynum. They've run a secondary defender over to take away his forays to the rim, so he's become a jump shooter and really has not been effective.
Only 2 of 9 from the field. Hill not able to get the roll. 74-61 Lakers. Fisher open for 3. And last touch by Gasol. Steve Nash, this third quarter's hit all 3 of his shot attempts. The rest of the team, 1 of 8 from the field. Stoudemire. Gasol fell down. He thought he was pushed.
When he got there to rotate to try to take away that dive to the rim by Stoudemire, just could not get there where he got his shoulders squared up. Phil Jackson sensing Amari Stoudemire getting one of those momentum plays, Marv. You see that when guys get a dunk, the crowd gets excited. Phil Jackson, who doesn't call a lot of timeouts, takes ones here, wants to calm his team down, keep them with this 11-point lead.
We have to play with a much, much greater sense of urgency. And you know what? The other thing is that we have to play with a sense of urgency, but a sense of calmness now. Okay? It's a long, long game. We got 24 minutes to go. We're not going to get all 12 back in the first 6 possessions of the game. So we just got to make sure that we're solid in what we're doing. The last shot Kobe made, there's not anybody in America that can do anything about it. Okay? He's 5 feet beyond the 3-point line. We put our hand up, so be it. Okay? But we can do something about the boards, and we can do something about getting out and running.
Well, you heard Reggie talking about at halftime that one of the decisive areas the Suns had going into the series was 3-point shooting, and that has not been the case here in this series at all. Mark, going into tonight's game, the Lakers had actually made 2 more threes than the Suns in the series. Tonight they've made 2. And I've said all along, to me, if there's not a double-digit advantage there for the Phoenix Suns, it's tough to make up for the advantages the Lakers have in other areas.
And the other point there, the Lakers number 1 at defending the 3, allowing only 33% success rate. Bryant rebounded by Nash. Halfway through the third, Suns down by 11. Bynum switching off to Nash. For Stoudemire with the mismatch, working on Fisher with help. They collapse on it. Stoudemire not able to hit. Stoudemire turned back, kept alive. They have a new clock.
You see the size of the Lakers. Gasol comes over and helps out. Bynum comes over and helps out.
Here's Stoudemire, and he was hacked. That's 4 on Bynum.
You know, Bynum is much more active tonight, though, Marv. He looks a lot better. He's moving better. You know, his numbers, you see 3 of 5. He has 6 rebounds, 10 points. And Phil Jackson doesn't mind that foul. He's played here over 6.5 minutes in this quarter. You come in with Odom. He brings a different look to him. So I think Phil Jackson would have to be pleased today with the way Andrew Bynum has played.
Stoudemire 5 of 5 at the line. He has struggled at the free throw line. In fact, in the series, he's missed 17 free throws. 69% at the line coming into tonight.
Every minute that goes by here today, people wonder, is this going to be Amari Stoudemire's last game here in Phoenix? He becomes an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. There's been a lot of speculation. He's finished the season tremendously, but a lot of questions on whether or not he's going to come back. There's a lot of teams that have a lot of money to spend.
Amari really picked it up following the trade deadline. Much speculation that the Suns were going to deal him. Right around the halfway mark of the season. Here's Fisher for 3. Artest with the putback.
So they went back to the zone. And when you play zone, it's tough to block out. There's a lot of open areas, and Artest just stronger than Grant Hill inside with the offensive rebound.
19 for Artest. That's his high for the series. Stoudemire. Basket won't count. He took a hit prior to the shot attempt. Fouled by Bryant. And Kobe, that's just his first foul, non-shooting foul. 13 foul on the Lakers.
No, Marv, the last 3 games also through, Kobe Bryant's only rested 57 seconds. He's played wire to wire in 2 of them. Interesting tonight if they have a cushion, if Phil Jackson can rest him.
Deflected out, last touch by Fisher. Stoudemire with Fry and Richardson. Up front, Nash and Hill at the guards. Stoudemire. Nash continues to look for Amari Stoudemire, but he has not been able to convert.
Well, Lamar Odom came over that time, got his body up against it, kept his arms up, made him take a tough shot.
Bryant passed on a 3. Bryant to the rim. So Kobe will head to the line.
When you play zone, it's so hard. There's no block out responsibility. You're going to see Grant Hill, Artest, just stronger than Grant Hill, just gets inside. He's got those incredibly strong hands, and Ron Artest, arguably his best playoff game of the year. Kobe Bryant going to the line, recognizing they're double teaming Pau Gasol. How difficult it is for the Suns, Marv. If you're double teaming Gasol in the post, now you're scrambling to get to the perimeter to try to run it at Kobe Bryant, who sees it and goes right to the basket and gets fouled.
Foul was on Stoudemire, his first. Kobe Bryant in these conference finals averaging 33 points, just under 10 assists, 7 rebounds in about 42 minutes a game. Tonight he has 20 points, 5 rebounds. Gasol on the switch to Nash, able to find Stoudemire, won't count. It's a travel.
Yeah, Amari Stoudemire's got a little happy feet right now. He's trying to get that shot off so quickly. The switch there, and it was Derek Fisher who picked him up. Amari sort of bumped him off, but when he did, he shuffled his feet.
Stoudemire just 3 of 13 from the field and only 3 rebounds.
Well, this is about the time the other day the Suns were down 18. They made that 16-4 run. Let's see if they can do it here again tonight to close this deficit.
Bryant again with a long 3-point attempt. Nash on the loose ball. Nash pushing it. Richardson on the drive. And he'll head to the line. Good ball movement on that possession by the Suns as Fisher collected his 4th foul. Well, Sunday, MLB on TBS returns. It's tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. St. Louis Cardinals traveling to Wrigley Field face the Chicago Cubs, one of the best rivalries in baseball. And it is on TBS.
My son and his family were at that game today in Chicago. Little vacation, watching the Cubs Cardinals.
Free tickets as usual?
No, I think you paid double to get in there. Yes, I think.
78-67 Lakers. How about Roy Halladay today? Perfect game against the Marlins in Florida.
What a pickup for the Phillies.
Lee pass to Gasol, and he'll head to the foul line. It's the 20th perfect game in Major League Baseball history.
That's 2 this year, isn't it?
Right.
The young guy from Oakland. That was Brady.
Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, after he ran across the mound and Alex said you had your 15 minutes of fame, and he said, I'll top that. I'm going to come out and pitch a perfect game.
Artest, yes, another 3 for Ron Artest. That's his 4th from downtown. And now that is a high for Artest in this postseason with 22 points.
We see nobody even comes out on him. You see Amari Stoudemire is sitting back in the lap of Gasol. They're trying to sort of pinch him, and they're giving Artest that shot. Artest says, you know, Alvin Gentry doesn't respect me. And he says, Doug, tell Ron Artest I respect him, but I respect Kobe Bryant and the Derek Fisher a little bit more out there.
Stoudemire is fouled off the triple team. Now, how do you play it? You continue to say, hey, he's going to start missing? Do you have to continue to let him take those shots?
I think you do, Mark, because the moment you run off of him, now you free up either Gasol in the post or Kobe Bryant. I mean, you're basically playing the odds here that Ron Artest is not going to shoot the ball like that, and he is here today. That's why one of the reasons why the Lakers are up 14 right now.
And the 4 3-pointers by Ron Artest matches a playoff career high in that department. Stoudemire hit his previous 7 at the line. And if you thought this crowd was anxious in the second quarter, you can hear the boos now directed to Amari Stoudemire.
Well, Phil Jackson told us that before the game. He said, we get on top of them, all of a sudden they're going to start feeling, you know, the angst in this crowd, and that's exactly what's happened. You know, now every shot that goes up that doesn't go in, you can hear the crowd sort of oohing and on, and it's not saying Lou for Lou Amundsen. It's like, ooh, we're in trouble.
2 shots coming up for Pau Gasol. Foul on Nash. That's his second. We were talking earlier with Phil about a possible 7th game in LA and about how much pressure is on the home team in a game 7.
Well, you know, also too, when you play a team like the Phoenix Suns, Marv, that can make 15 threes in a game. Remember now last year when Orlando went into game 7 in Boston, and they hit 13 threes in that closeout game. And so, I mean, when you play a team that can shoot the 3, I always say it's like that boxer who's got that knockout punch who can be getting beat the whole fight and hit you with one good shot and knock you out. And that's what the Suns have, that kind of capability with their shooting.
However, here tonight, it's a 83-67 lead for the Lakers with just under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Stoudemire, rebounded by Artest.
They're just swarming him. Kobe Bryant's coming from the baseline, double teaming. Gasol spins him that way, knows there's help. They're running another defender over in Lamar Odom, and it's been difficult for Amari to find any kind of freedom.
Shot clock down to 6. Farmar for 3. Kept alive by Odom. Nice pass. Artest pops it home.
That's when it's your day. When you hang in the air and you got the ball at your left hip and you throw it in with your left hand. Even Frank Hamlin, the coach there, is trying to keep back a smile. If you watch Steve Nash, when he was coming off the floor here, he was telling his teammates to keep their head up. But this is a incredible shot by Ron Artest. Look at this left-handed off his waist. And Steve Nash looking at his teammates like, we have got to keep fighting.
Some changes, sending in some of his bench players. Goran Dragic, Leandro Barbosa, Jared Dudley, just looking to shake things up here.
Well, this is what happened in that 3rd quarter the other night. It was a little bit sooner when they made this push, but the minute that Dragic comes in, Vujacic comes in to play against him. That's what Phil Jackson wants on the board. It's a great play out of a timeout. Amari Stoudemire slips the screen roll with a powerful dunk, and let's see if that can ignite his team.
Lakers up 85-69, just under 2 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. Seeking to wrap up the series in 6. The Suns hoping to stay alive. They have a long way to come, though, as Bryant comes right back.
You have to be so disciplined, stay down. That time Dudley did. Kobe just took his shoulder and just sort of bumped into him to create some space.
22 for Bryant. A Laker career high for Artest for 24. Barbosa knocks down a three.
Well, maybe they will get hot behind that three-point line. I think that's what Alvin Gentry's hoping for. He has 4 very good three-point shooters on the floor right now with Amari Stoudemire.
Bryant played by Dudley. Bryant on the fade.
Woo. Tough to come back when you got a guy making those kind of shots.
17-point Laker lead. Barbosa, yes. (89-74) Lakers, final minute of the third. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. We're at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona on this Memorial Day weekend. Bryant somehow getting it up and over Channing Frye.
Look at the guy's hands on his face. That's exactly what you're feeling right now if you're a Phoenix Suns fan. I mean, Kobe Bryant, 3 tough shots in a row.
Barbosa off the dribble going at Odom. Handled by Vujacic.
Kobe will probably isolate here at the top of the circle. And they normally like to have a guy in the corner. Vujacic here is a three-point shooter. If Kobe drives and you get any help at all, he'll kick it off for a three-point shot.
Brings that clock down with final seconds. Barbosa knocks it aside. And the Lakers in possession with 3 seconds remaining on the clock.
Oh, Jared Dudley, great defense. I mean, you see Frye come over, gets a hand in the face. I mean, that's just great offense. I mean, this guy is on top of his game. Since he's had that knee drain, he has been tremendous in both the Utah series and now the Suns.
And it's a shot clock violation. So 1.3 to go in this third quarter.
And I would assume that Phil Jackson will take Kobe out with a 17-point lead and let him rest to about that 8-minute mark. For the first time in the last 3 games that Kobe's going to get any kind of rest at all.
We'll change it to 1.7. Oh, Bryant with the steal turns. That is the end of the third quarter. The Lakers 91. The Suns 74. The Lakers a win away from making it back to the NBA Finals.
They play some defense. You're playing great defense on Kobe, but he's making unbelievable shots. But what about Ron Artest? You may have to make an adjustment.
No, he's made shots, and I mean, we put hands on his face, and you know, you can either have Kobe shooting them or Ron Artest shooting them. We choose to have Ron shooting them.
All right, thanks a lot. Back to you, Mark.
That's exactly what we were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, that's your strategy, and when he makes shots, you're not going to beat them. That's just the way it is, Mark. So let's see here if the Suns bench can have any kind of life, maybe one of those 16-2 spurts or something to try to get him back into this game.
Fourth quarter underway. Odom just did beat the shot clock. Gasol and Stoudemire becoming entangled. The foul is called on Gasol. That's his. A technical foul called on Vujacic.
I saw that coming. Dragic hit the shot, and he walked up to Vujacic, and he started talking. Vujacic put his arms up. That was a great Hollywood flop right there by Dragic. There's no question he got hit. But watch what happens. He walks up and he starts talking to him. Right there, up and under his jaw. He did a great job selling that. Watch this right here. Vujacic was not happy with what Dragic said. He reacts. And you see Phil Jackson didn't even hardly move over there when he was sitting with it. Alvin Gentry very upset right now.
And as you indicate, it looks like Goran Dragic is okay.
Yeah, he's all right. He walked up there and he said something to him. Vujacic got him with the elbow. Bill Kennedy, we saw it, and came running from the back court. Watch this, what happens, Morgan. Watch this the whole way. He hits the shot. He sort of backpedals. Then he walks up and he starts talking to him. See, says something to him. I don't know if that's in Slovenian or what that he was talking. And then Vujacic with a little left elbow. You know, something like this could turn the game around. I mean, the Lakers had this crowd quiet. And the last thing you want to do is juice this crowd up. We know how this bench can play, so I'm sure Phil Jackson's going to talk to his team about maintaining their composure.
The officials over at the scorer's table to take another look at that occurrence. And as we have discussed the last couple of games with Vujacic receiving playing time, this is a rivalry that goes back to the home country of Slovenia. And these guys do not like each other.
But Vujacic's got to be smarter than that. In that situation, right out there in the open, after Dragic has hit that shot, comes up and hits him right up in the jaw. And I think Craig Sager's got something to add. What do you got, Sags?
Well, Doug, you and Mark were talking about the rivalry back in Slovenia and how maybe Sasha Vujacic went somewhere to rehab, wasn't part of the team. They didn't let him back on. I talked to Goran Dragic today about the situation. He said, hey, he played himself off the team. I didn't take his position. I'm the point guard. He could have played 2 or 3. He wasn't with us, and we don't feel like he's part of our team.
Craig referring to the national team. They went at each other the other night in LA, and Vujacic got the better of Dragic in game 5.
Dragic was playing in such a hurry, and you see there then at the other night in the game they come up and bumped and double technical foul.
It is now a flagrant foul 1 being called on Vujacic.
So you had Dragic get the jump shot. He's going to have 2 free throws and the ball. And this could be a 7-point play.
As he said, it's the type of play that can just turn things, although the Suns have a long way to go. They're down by 15, but we have seen this team score in bursts.
Well, Mark, I mean, it's a 15-point game is 5 possessions for the Phoenix Suns. You've seen what they've done. They've come back, big swing, Blazers, Spurs, game 3 at the Spurs. That game 3 at the Spurs, that's when this guy at the line, Dragic, scored 26 points in 13 minutes. He had 23 in the 4th, had a 3-pointer right at the end of that 3rd quarter, so he's very explosive and capable of throwing up a big number.
74% from the line during the season. He played 4 years in Europe, struggled last year as a rookie, came on very strong this season. So it's down to 13 and possession.
Hey, you hit a 3, it's a 7-point possession. All of a sudden, it's 91-81. It's a 10-point game. That's how quickly things change. You're on the road. If the Suns score here, it's going to get very noisy in here.
Vujacic remaining on the floor, defending on Dragic. Dudley will throw in.
And the referees will be watching that matchup very closely.
Here comes Dragic. Oh, he beat him off the dribble. Goran Dragic with 6 straight points. And much time remaining, just a minute and change gone by in this 4th quarter. Picked off by Dudley. Recovered by Vujacic. Odom. Deflected out. Last touch by the Lakers.
This second unit from the Suns is tough. Dudley's tough. Dragic. They've got some guys that'll throw themselves around. Well, this is going to be a bit. You see Kobe Bryant coming in here. Phil Jackson's not going to waste any time. He doesn't like what's happening here. Normally he likes to rest Kobe to about the 8-minute mark. Not here today, not with what's at stake.
The lead is down to 11. Gasol jumping out on Dragic. Dragic beat Gasol off the dribble and scores again. 8-0 run. All 8 points scored by Goran Dragic. The lead is down to 9. Odom played by Fry. Now Dudley switches off. Farmar able to knock it down.
What a tough shot, just as the shot clock was going off.
Dragic on the move, finds Fry. Fry gets the new 24 off that rebound. Buck Barbosa. And he is way off.
Still plenty of time. You don't have to be in a hurry. There's 9:42 to go. It's only an 11-point game now. Very much a working margin. But we've got a camera guy down there underneath the basket. Looks like he's hurt a little bit as Dudley jumped into the crowd there to try to save that errant shot by Barbosa.
Kobe Bryant checks back in. Lakers cannot be happy about that explosion by Sasha Vujacic that has allowed the Suns to get back into it. Bryant rebounded by Fry. Stoudemire had it deflected away. Last touch by Odom.
Was doing a nice job on Amari. You're not letting him get any clean catches in that post. That time he was running away from the ball. It looked like he tried to tip it to himself. Fisher coming back in now, so Phil Jackson, normally a guy who will ride with some guys, let him play through it. Not today.
Here's Fry. Yes. Turnaround jumper by Channing Fry to cut the lead to 9.
Now let's see if Artest will make some shots here as this game now has gotten tight. This is where you have to stay with your strategy. Make Odom and Artest shooters.
Dudley playing Bryant. Had to give it up. Shot clock at 5. Artest for 3. Gasol on the rebound.
Long shots, long rebounds. 19 offensive rebounds in game 5 that were deadly for the Suns.
So squaring up, going at Fry with the hook. Deflected out. Last touch by the Suns, and a timeout is taken. Well, in game 5, the Suns down by as many as 18. They did come back, although the Lakers came back on that shot by Artest to win it. Led by Goran Dragic, who reeled off 8 consecutive points, helped by that flagrant foul call. Things have turned around. The Suns are very much alive.
Right now, the initial report is that they will take him to the hospital.
Thank you, Craig. We hope John is all right. Just under 8.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. Bryant off the double, has to kick it into the corner. Now Kobe is open for a straightaway 3, rebounded by Dudley. The Phoenix bench has scored the last 15 points. And a foul has been called on Odom.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do now is start fouling if you're the Lakers, stopping the game, let the Suns go to the free throw line. You see the numbers here in the fourth quarter. It's really been the Goran Dragic show. And Sasha Vujacic, a terrible mental error to make that kind of play. The whole momentum of the game changed on that one play.
Lakers now have 3 team fouls. Suns do not have any. Dudley for Stoudemire. Stoudemire stops a facial from Amari Stoudemire going right at Paul Gasol. The Suns now within 7. Suns have outscored the Lakers 12-2 in this fourth quarter. Lakers have hit only 1 of the last 6 shots. Fisher. Derek Fisher.
It's like cool hand Luke. He comes through at the most opportune time. It's going to be an offensive foul on Amari Stoudemire. And guess who runs in to Stoudemire to get the foul, and that's Derek Fisher. So back-to-back jump shots, and then the foul here. Watch what Fisher does. He just punishes Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire sticks out that leg. You have to stay within your shoulder width. You cannot move that leg out. You cannot get your arm out. The fans do not like it, but Amari's feet were wider than his shoulder. They will not let you set those kind of screens.
Third personal on Stoudemire. Now the officials huddled up.
They had a great soundbite with Derek Fisher yesterday talking to Craig Sager, and he talked about moments like this of being in the storm and trying to remain calm, trying to settle his team down. You see Derek Fisher, all the big shots, all the plays he's played in for these Los Angeles Lakers. He and Kobe are 4-time champions. The coach a 10-time champion. They're going to call on that kind of medal to try to finish this game.
Remember, there was a problem with the scoreboard that has been corrected. It's 95-86 Lakers. Gasol with a very long hook shot attempt.
Now, he's really been out of sync the entire game. The last 4 games, he's not been able to find his game.
Dragic, nice spin. Kept alive, Barbosa resets. Dudley got the step. Nice feed and a foul. Stoudemire taking it to the rim. And he was hit. So Amari Stoudemire to the line. The foul committed by Odom. That is his 4th. Here's a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. If there is a Game 7, it would take place Monday night at Staples in LA. We'll have it for you right here on TNT starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And looking ahead, next Thursday, June 3rd on ABC, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics playing either these Lakers or Suns.
I'm sure the Celtics are sitting at home right now hoping this game goes about triple overtime, that the Suns win. You go back to LA and have a tough game back there. They want whoever they're going to play, they'll spend a lot of energy before that final start.
Stoudemire 9 of 11 at the line. He now has 19, although he has not shot well. The lead is down to 7. Just under 6.5 remaining here in the 4th. Bryant, very tough shot. Rebounded by Fry. Dragic met by Fisher. Dragic off the head fake. Dragic gets it to Stoudemire, scores! It's a 5-point game.
How about Dragic? He is fearless. His speed has changed this game.
Just under 6 remaining in the 4th. Odom rejected by Fry. Came up with the save as Dragic moves it across.
And the Suns have gone back to man-to-man defense, and it has really helped them.
Barbosa putting moves on Artest. Stoudemire diving for it. And a timeout wisely taken by Jared Dudley because Stoudemire, while on the floor, was very close to a travel.
Amari Stoudemire, a statement that time. That's the kind of power and energy that these Phoenix Suns want to see from Amari Stoudemire. And the whirling dervish from Slovenia, Goran Dragic, finds Amari Stoudemire, and the Suns are alive. Phoenix Suns here in the 4th quarter. 10 of those points in the paint. Amari Stoudemire coming to life. Mar, very similar to what we saw the other night. It was a 16-4 run to end the 3rd. Tonight it's a 16-4 run to start the 4th.
It was 91-76 Lakers when Vujacic lost it and was hit with that flagrant one. Barbosa, not a good shot, firing from way out on a 3-point attempt.
Well, he got caught with a shot clock winding down. Alvin Gentry cannot be happy with that play out of a timeout.
Odom's pass broken up and last touch by Gasol.
How about the activity of the Phoenix Suns defense? They've gone man-to-man, and they have really bothered the Lakers.
Alvin Gentry staying with his bench. Dragic is open for 3. Odom with the rebound.
Got to calm down. So now you've made your run. You're back in the game. You don't have to be firing those long shots. Nash is coming back in. I think he's going to leave Dragic and take out Barbosa.
Dudley playing Bryant. Gasol with the pick. Shot clock at 3. Here's Bryant. Oh, what a shot by Kobe Bryant to beat the 24.
Well, when you play uphill like the Suns have, there's no margin for error now to finish this game.
Here's Barbosa to the reverse. Barbosa able to beat Gasol off the dribble. 7 points for Barbosa.
And where is Pau Gasol? We talked about him being the best big man, the most skilled big man. Well, the last fourth quarters, he has not been found for the Lakers. They need him now.
Shot clock to 7. Bryant putting moves on Dudley. Here's Kobe firing one. Rebounded by Odom. Another key rebound for Lamar Odom.
Now we talked about the rebounding, +7 for the Lakers on the boards. 11 offensive rebounds. That gives you a whole new 24 seconds to burn.
Lakers trying to wrap the series in 6. The Suns hoping to advance to a Game 7 in LA on Monday. And another huge shot for Derek Fisher. He has 11 points. Suns call for time. The Lakers extend back to a 7-point lead.
Well, those Laker fans are always down on Derek Fisher. Kobe Bryant answers with a tough shot, and then Derek Fisher, his backcourt partner. What a difficult shot here over the top of Barbosa. You had Dragic from behind. And Derek Fisher, how many times have we seen it? He and Kobe Bryant quiet the crowd for the moment. Still a lot of time.
Derek Fisher playing so well in games 4 and 5. Comes off a 22-point performance the other night in LA. 11 of his 22 in the first quarter. Game 4, aside from 18 points, including 3 threes, a very physical game. Remember, he had that big game 3 in the Utah series. 20 points, hit 3 threes, one with 28 seconds remaining.
He's never going to run away from a shot, that's for sure. Now it's going to come down to defense, and the Phoenix Suns coming in now with Grant Hill and Steve Nash, Jason Richardson. So Alvin Gentry going back to his starters. Let's see how long it's going to take for them to get back into the game. They've been sitting an awful long time.
Nash moves it across against Fisher. Stoudemire leaning into Gasol, and the foul is called on Gasol. That's number 4.
Boy, Amari has really come to life here in this fourth period. Phil Jackson giving Bill Kennedy an earful. Felt like that Amari Stoudemire swung in with his arms to create that foul. Now you got to go to the line and make your free throws, Marv. We talked about it. He's only 68% coming in today to 9 of 11.
Lakers over the foul limit. Suns do not have a team foul.
But they better take some here early, Marv, because you know you only get one in the last 2 minutes. The next one you go into the penalty. So if they're going to use some of those fouls, you're going to have to use them quickly.
The Laker lead is down to 5 as we come up on 3 minutes to play in the fourth here at U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. Now Hill on Bryant. Gasol played by Fry. Fry got a piece of it. Odom again on the rebound. The ball knocked out of his hands. And the foul is called on Stoudemire, an offensive foul that sent Gasol to the floor.
Well, you see our buddy Steve Kerr did not like that. You can feel the tension. I would have given him a chance possibly to cut the lead to either 4 or 3 going into that last couple minutes. He said that Amari Stoudemire pushed off right there with his left arm.
Timeout called with 2:43 left.
Can do. I still think they're going to find a way to get Pau Gasol involved here. You know, Kobe Bryant's going to be a guy that's going to get his hands on the ball.
Lamar Odom has come up with a number of clutch rebounds. Here's Fisher trying to bank it. Fry done a good job off the board. So the Suns in possession, down by 5.
They don't need any long threes. Just keep taking the ball to the basket.
Oh, Nash uncontested. That lane opened up. Phoenix within 3 after trailing by 18. It's the closest they've been since it was 37-34 at the end of the quarter.
And I'm going to make Odom Marquez shoot the ball.
Bryant, yes! Kobe Bryant. Oh, that's 30 again for Bryant.
What a shot. The pressure, the moment.
Had nowhere to go. He was in the air. Here comes Bryant right at Fry, and Fry called for the foul.
See Kobe Bryant though, he just looked to see what was ahead there, and he saw that Channing Frye was back, was not going to be able to defend him. Look at the eyes of Kobe Bryant here. And you got that look like we do not want this to go to a game 7. I mean, you can't play better defense than that. You got 2 guys, you got a hand in the face. And he just makes those kind of shots right in front of Alvin Gentry.
Kobe 5 of 5 at the line. So Kobe has now tied Kareem Abdul-Jabbar most playoff games with 30 or more points. Michael Jordan, #1 in that department. He has been on a 30-point rampage since the Utah series. A minute and a half remaining. Stoudemire fouled by Gasol.
See, if you're the Lakers, though, you're looking up at a 7-point game. And you say, you know what, we'll force them to use some clock, make some tough twos, don't leave any 3-point shooters. It's interesting, Alvin Gentry has got Grant Hill in the game, and Grant has not been shooting the 3 well. He's going with Grant. Grant's been one of his better players all year, but Jared Dudley gives him a little more spacing on the floor. But Grant Hill is in the game to play defense against Kobe Bryant right now.
That was #5 on Pau Gasol. Stoudemire 12 of 14 at the line. Did not shoot the ball well, just 6 of 17 and only 4 rebounds.
Talk about rebounding. Channing Frye, 13 rebounds today, 12 points. So his fingerprints have been all over this game today as the Suns have tried to come back.
5-point Laker lead. Just under a minute and a half to play. Now the next foul will put Phoenix over the limit. Lakers are over. Here's Odom. Gasol with the rebound.
Finally, Pau Gasol comes up. That's only his 2nd field goal of the game. They double-teamed Kobe. Odom missed the drive and nobody to block out Gasol.
105-98 Lakers coming up on a minute to play. The handoff to Stoudemire, and he scores. Back to a 5-point game.
But again, no threes. Make them use clock and take tough twos, come down and execute your offense. For the Lakers, they got to make their free throws. Well, very close to an 8-second violation again by Odom, just walking the ball across.
Very nonchalant, trying to use the clock, but you have to get across that midcourt line. Shot clock now to 5. Bryant, yes! And then with a little tap to Alvin Gentry.
Add insult to injury, Kobe. I mean, what a shot. I mean, you can't defend that. Are you kidding me? You can't defend that, Barb. I mean, Grant Hill is all over Kobe Bryant. Watch him hang, double pump, and then he says, Alvin, hey, Alvin, what do you think about that? And he taps him on the shoulder, and good-natured Alvin Gentry can only smile. Watch a little tap right here. Like, what are you doing?
Alvin saying, you're killing me.
Come to life here in this 4th period. Is it going to be too little too late here, down 7?
Bryant has scored 8 of the Lakers' last 12 points. A spectacular game again for Kobe. Here's Stoudemire on the spin. And that will wrap it. Timeout is taken by the Lakers with just 23 seconds to play. And the Lakers up by 7. And getting back to Kobe Bryant, 30 or more in 10 of the last 11 playoff games for Bryant.
And the one game that he didn't get 30, he had the career-high 13 assists for the playoffs. So it'll be very interesting now. The Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Remember 2 years ago when they played, the Laker front line, they said they were too soft, that the Celtics knocked them around, banged them around. This is going to be that finals where we're going to see how tough that Laker front line is to match up against Kendrick Perkins and Kevin Garnett and Rasheed Wallace and Big Baby Davis.
They went 1-1 in the season series. Kobe missed one of those games.
And he hit the game-winning jump shot over Ray Allen in Boston. And now you know all the conversation. Two of the most storied franchises in the NBA, Mark. When you look at championships, what is it, 17 for the Lakers? Excuse me, 17 for the Celtics and what, 15 for the Lakers?
That is correct. Lakers have 2 20s remaining. Phoenix with just 1 20-second timeout left. The stat line on Kobe Bryant, 41 minutes, 12 for 25 from the field, 7 of 7 at the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 34 points, and they've done it with a subpar effort by Pau Gasol, just 2 of 9 from the field. Derek Fisher hit big shots. Ron Artest with a superb first half. Overall 10 of 16, 24 points. Andrew Bynum did a decent job tonight. And Lamar Odom with 12 rebounds. And a number of rebounds down the stretch. Phoenix did cut it to 3. It was 99-96 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. But off the shooting of Bryant, Lakers have taken a 7-point lead. Hill gives the foul on Artest. And Artest will go to the line for the first time.
You see Sasha Vujacic right there. What if he's going to be on a commercial flight home, or if the team doesn't let him get on the plane? He made it awfully tough on his teammates here today.
Artest during the season, 75% at the line.
There we go.
Lakers have done well at the line tonight, 19 for 23. Once again, they've hit their threes, 10 of 24 from downtown. Artest connects on 1 of 2. Nash looking for the shot, fires for 3 and hits with 16 seconds to play. And the foul is given by Hill. So Bryant to the line. It's not impossible, but 13 seconds left.
Well, Derek Fisher is really all over his teammates. He's going, who's going to step up on the screen? You know that if the Suns do not take a timeout, they're going to push the ball, try to set a step-up screen. And Nash walked right into a 3. And Derek Fisher told his teammates, don't lose your concentration now. This game is not over.
Well, Bryant now 7 of 8 at the line.
You see, Pau Gasol just fell asleep. He was guarding Channing Frye, who sets the screen. And Nash just walks right into that three-point shot in rhythm.
So Artest goes 1 for 2. Bryant goes 1 for 2. And the Suns will take a timeout. It's their final timeout. Lakers 109 and the Suns 103. Against the Celtics.
And they're going to have the home court. You know, they look like Orlando, Cleveland both were favored to come out of the East. Neither one of those teams do. The Celtics do. And so all of a sudden the Lakers now have home court advantage.
Hill will throw it. Played by Bryant. Stoudemire. Here's Nash for 3. An air ball fielded by Bryant. And the foul is called on Frye with 3.2 to go. Kobe back to the line.
How about the Lakers, their ability to close out games on the road, Marvin, stay away from that game 7 that you don't want to get into where anything can happen. So they close out the games last year. They beat Denver on the road in game 6. They beat Orlando on the road in game 6. Here they're going to close out the Suns. In the Oklahoma City, they closed them out in game 6.
And the Lakers, after losing the last 7 straight playoff games to the Suns here in Phoenix, about to break through. Final seconds. Stoudemire. The Los Angeles Lakers have taken the Western Conference Final in 6. The defending champions making it back to the NBA Finals, and they will face the Boston Celtics starting Thursday, June the 3rd. And for Amari Stoudemire, as we discussed earlier, as an unrestricted free agent, perhaps his final game in a Suns uniform, if he is not re-signed or decides to go elsewhere following a 5-time All-Star career with the Suns. And many people around the country were rooting for perennial All-Star Steve Nash and Grant Hill to make it to their first NBA Finals, but it was not to be.
I tell you, valiant effort, though, Marv. The last 2 games were indicative of who the Phoenix Suns have been all season long. A 54-win team. And Alvin Gentry has done an amazing job here. Talking to Kobe Bryant, I'm sure Kobe letting him know about that shot. But how about down 18 on the road the other night, battle back and tie it. Down 18 here tonight and get it back to 3. There was no fight, there was no quit in this Suns team.
And a nice touch, standing ovation for the Suns. As you say, they won 54-28, finished as the number 3 seed in the playoffs. Opening round, beat Portland in 6. In the semis, they knock off San Antonio in a 4-game sweep. And you can see how they picked up their play following the All-Star break. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Kobe, 37 points was your final field goal over a highly contested double team that sealed the victory. You went over to Alvin Gentry and said, what'd you think of that? Then spread your arms and glided into the NBA Finals. All night we've been describing how brilliant your game was, but in your words, how do you think you played down the stretch?
Yeah, I did pretty good. I missed a couple easy ones there at the start in the middle of the 4th quarter, but I was able to collect myself and knock down some big shots.
Alvin Gentry enjoyed this moment. He enjoyed this series, the whole playoffs. He just came up to you a second ago and said, now, Kobe, that was terrific defense. How did you do it?
Well, I just got a little separation, elevated, and knocked it down.
Now, you go on to play the Boston Celtics. 2 years ago, that team pushed you guys around. They're very physical with you. How is this team more equipped to handle that tough defense by Boston?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how much we matured. They challenged us extremely well in the finals a couple years ago. Now it's a test to see how much we've grown.
This appeared to be an easy victory early in the 4th quarter until the flagrant foul by Sasha Vujacic seemed to ignite the Suns and their crowd as the leader of this team. What was your reaction to that incident?
I was going to kill him.
What do you say to him now?
Still going to kill him.
Well, brilliant game. Don't do it before the finals. Just kidding, of course.
All right.
Back to you, Marv.
All right, thank you, Craig. You saw the numbers, 37 points, 12 of 25 shooting for Bryant. Another stunning game for Kobe. For the Lakers, it will be their 31st appearance in the NBA Finals, including their days in Minneapolis. And for the Celtics, it will be number 21.